everybody. Good morning today. So, in regards to what it is that I wanted to talk about today, there's nothing specific that's coming forward, but I do know that I'm having this thought of my cat in my head, okay? One of the last talks that I did, my kitty Icarus joined my lap, and I showed him to the camera, and I think it was "This is my holy instant," something like that, of release. This is my holy instant of release. I'm pretty sure that was the one that I did, the talk that I did. Anyways, so Icarus was on my lap, and he became a part of the talk and near the end of it, and I just kind of shared a little bit about my furry friend, and it seemed that the day after that, I had a group of women come over to my house, and this evening was transformative for all of us, as we really got to look at truth, heal our minds, laugh, share stories, and it was divine. We literally felt that it was a catalyst for change for all of us, and just opening us up to new beginnings, right? And so it was interesting that evening I kind of opened up the back door, and I neglected to use the screen. Maybe half an hour later I closed the screen. I was like, oh yeah, I left it open, my bad, kind of deal, but I didn't really think about anything. And then what ended up happening is the next day I wake up in the morning realizing I don't know where my cat is. And my cat ended up getting out, and he's an indoor cat, and he has no nails. He's adorable, and he's a big ball of love, like he'd sit on my clients' laps when I'd work with them, and he just brings so much love to the room. He's so sweet. Anyways, like, the story with Icarus is quite miraculous in and of itself. I guess I will share this right now because I'm feeling compelled to. I know a lot of us seem to get pets to help us feel not alone, to help us feel that there's a friend, that we have some, unconditional love there that we can lean upon. And pets, for a lot of people, fill a lot of voids for them, just like food would fill some voids for some people, or drugs. Animals do that for others. And it seems to be their crutch, and they're their everything. And if their animal isn't there, then they've just completely lost, they're besides themselves. Like, they don't even know how to live anymore because they don't have their animal to be living with them, right? So I know it's a big thing for a lot of people. But anyways, so for me, when I was living on my own in my apartment, my brother had a cat, and it was all black, and it was sweet when it would want to be sweet, but other than that, it was a jerk, right? But anyways, the days that it was sweet, I remember one day looking at it in the eyes, and I was like, oh, little kitty, I'm gonna get a kitty just like you. Yes, I am. And I said that, and I believed it, and I said that, yes, I'm gonna get a cat like this in perfect time. A week later, I had a client, and she worked for a veterinarian hospital, and basically what she had said to me was, we have this cat that came into our veterinarian hospital. He was given there from a junkyard, and he's like, this is your cat, Britt. I don't know what makes me think of you when he's there, but he's just so much love and so many cuddles and so many kisses, and like, it's you, it's your cat. And I was like, interesting, right? Like, I kind of just declared that, and now the opportunity to have a cat is here. So basically I said, okay, just bring the cat to my house and we'll see if it jives, right? So Icarus came over, and he wasn't named Icarus at that time, but he came over and we played around, and he was an adorable little kitty. And basically the story with him was, he was found in a junkyard as a kitty. He came and he stayed at the veterinarian hospital for a bunch of months. He then got adopted by a family, and the child ended up being allergic, so Icarus came back to the hospital. And then upon coming back to the hospital, it stayed there for a bit more, and then they were like, we have to find a loving home for this cat. So basically, when he was adopted the first time, he got all shots taken, he got, neutered, he got everything that he possibly needed. So when he came to me, I didn't have to pay for anything, right? So literally, like that day, I had a cat dropped off at my doorstep, basically, and saying, okay, you have your cat, this is what you asked for. So the reason his name was Icarus was because I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the mythology, Icarus, the fallen angel. Basically, like this fallen angel was told by his father, who was an inventor, and they were trying to escape out of a jail setting, right? He built them wings made out of wax, and he told his son Icarus, don't fly too close to the sun, because if you fly too close to the sun, your wings will melt and you'll plummet to the earth. Icarus didn't listen to his father and the wisdom that came from him, but he listened to his ego instead. And because he listened to his ego, he got too close to the sun, his wings melted, and he plummeted to earth. So for me, Icarus was a reminder for me of not to be an ego. Icarus for me was a reminder of how powerful my mind is. Icarus for me was a reminder to show me that when I have a thought and that is something that I want and it aligns with God's will, it will be done. I've had so many miraculous stories with him. Even when I was moving from my apartment, he got out again, actually. That was the other time that he got out. And I couldn't find him anywhere. But I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I said, God, please bring me my cat. I really want my cat with me. Like, please bring me my cat. And I was actually doing dishes, the last few dishes before I was leaving my old apartment, and Icarus ends up like jumping out of this cabinet, and this cabinet was only like a half cabinet, so it had an opening so you can look in. And I mean, I've been here doing dishes forever, and if he was in there, I would have known he was in there. He wasn't in there. I went through all the cupboards. That's what I was doing, right? But then all of a sudden, just before I was about to pack up, I hang up the phone with my brother. My cat jumps out of this closet, and I was like, "What? How did you get out? What?" I was so confused. I had no idea how he got out of that, or how he was even in there, or any of that. So I just trusted it, and I was like, okay, thank you, God. And then ever since then, he's been pivotal in my life and in my family's life. And, now I'm at the point where he's been gone for 4 days almost. And Tom and I have looked everywhere for him, and we can't find him anywhere. And basically, we've just come to the understanding that if Icarus is supposed to be back, then he will. And if he's not, then he's probably found a good home to be in. He's a happy face, smiley collar on him, all black kitty, smiles, kisses, licks, loves, Somebody would love him, and somebody would be able to take him in and take care of him. And I know that, and I believe in that. And I bet you any money Icarus is going to be an answer to their prayers like he was an answer to mine. So, in the next couple weeks, I know Tom and I are going to be doing a lot of traveling also. So as that traveling happens, what am I going to do with my cat, right? So, it all seems to be happening perfectly. But anyways, I was supposed to share this story, and I'm not grieving. There is no loss. I know this is in the hands of the divine, and that it has nothing to do with me. So I just trust it wholeheartedly. I'm thankful for the experience. I'm thankful for what Icarus taught me, and I'm thankful that he'll be able to be a part of another family. So I guess that's my story. I just wanted to share about my cat and kind of what's going on right now in my life in regards to that, and hopefully this will be able to inspire some others who are having relationships with their cats to question that relationship, and to ask the self if you are dependent on this animal, and if they weren't there tomorrow, how would that make you feel? How would you respond to that? Would you be in a lot of pain? Would you be hurt? Would you be upset? Would you feel that life is over? Like any of these things? Because if so, you need to question, and you need to ask within the self to see it differently, and to see how this could be a blessing for all involved. And instead of looking at it through the eyes of, oh, woe me, instead of looking at it through the eyes of, okay, what is this meaning then? How could I learn from this? What is the lesson behind this? Because everything that comes into our life is for a lesson for us to learn. And there's always two ways for us to look at it. One is through the eyes of ego and fear and loss and selfishness. And then the second one is to see through the eyes of love, unity, truth, absolute joy, and understanding. So we have two choices. So just allow yourself to go within you and truly ask and be honest, and see if we can bring forward some healing and uniting within our family members of pets, and then extend what we learn with others. And I guess that's what I'm doing here. So with that being said, I love you all. Blessings to you all. Blessings to Icarus. I love you, buddy. And that is all. So have a great day. Bye.